In the middle of a crowded city, an old beggar sat on the sidewalk every day. His clothes were torn, his face was pale, and his eyes carried a sadness that no one noticed. He held out a small cup, hoping for a coin or two, but most people passed by without a second glance. To them, he was invisible, a man without a story. But the beggar had a story. He wasn't always like this. Once, he had a happy life. He had a family, a small home, and a stable job. Life was simple but good. Then, everything fell apart. His wife became seriously ill and passed away. The grief was too much for him to handle. He lost focus at work and eventually lost his job. With no money to pay the rent, he lost his home too. Life turned its back on him, leaving him alone and hopeless. One day, as he sat on the cold ground, a young man stopped in front of him. Unlike others, this man didn't just drop a coin in the cup and walk away. Instead, he crouched down and asked, "Why do you sit here, begging every day?" The beggar looked up, surprised. No one had asked him such a question before. He hesitated, then said, "Because I have no choice. I've lost everything, my family, my job, my home. This is the only way I can survive." The young man listened carefully. "I'm sorry for what you've been through," he said, "but do you believe this is the end of your story? Do you think life has nothing better for you?" The beggar frowned. "What else can I do? I have nothing left. How can things get better for someone like me?" The young man smiled gently and said, "You may feel like you have nothing, but you still have the most important thing, your mind. If you change your thinking, you can change your life." The beggar was confused. "How can thinking help me? I need money, food, and a home, not ideas." The young man reached into his bag and pulled out a notebook and pen. "Start small," he said. "Every day, write down one thing you are grateful for. It doesn't have to be big. It could be the sunlight, the fresh air, or even just being alive. Gratitude helps you see the good in life, even when things are hard. Then, set one small goal every day. It could be smiling at someone, cleaning your spot, or asking someone if they need help. Small steps lead to big changes." The beggar hesitated but took the notebook. That night, he wrote his first note of gratitude. "I am alive." The next day, he wrote another. "A stranger spoke kindly to me." Slowly, he began to see small blessings in his life. Encouraged by this new way of thinking, he started setting small goals. He cleaned the spot where he sat. He greeted people with a smile. He asked shopkeepers if they had any small tasks he could do. At first, progress was slow, but he didn't stop. Days turned into weeks, and the beggar started earning a little money. He saved every penny he could. With time, he bought clean clothes and ate better meals. He felt stronger, not just in his body, but in his mind. Months passed, and the beggar's life transformed completely. He found a steady job and rented a small room. He no longer sat on the street corner begging. Instead, he walked with confidence, his head held high. But the story doesn't end there. The man didn't forget his past. On weekends, he returned to the same street corner where he once begged. This time, he wasn't asking for help, he was offering it. He handed out food to the homeless and shared his story with them. He told them how changing his thinking had changed his life. "Your circumstances don't define you," he would say. "What defines you is how you think and what you do about it. Start small. Be grateful for even the tiniest blessings. Take one step at a time, and you'll see how your life can change." The beggar's journey is a powerful reminder for all of us. Life can be hard, and challenges can feel overwhelming. But no matter how tough things get, change is always possible. The first step is to believe in yourself and take action. Even the smallest efforts can lead to big transformations over time. So, if you feel stuck, remember this. Change your thinking, and your life will change. Start today. Write down something you're grateful for. Set one small goal. Take that first step toward a better tomorrow. Your story isn't over yet. Believe in yourself and watch how your life transforms. One small step at a time.